और सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में, मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी। ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good evening, friends, and a very warm welcome to this special show of Bharat Franchise Show. Bharat Franchise Show is a special series which is organized by the management team of Franchise India, Mr. Gaurav Maurya, and the chairperson of Franchise India Group, and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, Managing Director, Franchise India. Franchise India has been helping a lot of investors like you since past 25 years to pick up the right business for yourself. And we have brands from any and every industry. Either you start with F&B to retail, to health and wellness, to education, to technology driven, and even as a consultant role, you can be a part of Franchise India. So Franchise India typically is a franchise, is an investor-centric and franchise-focused company. We have been helping people since past 25 years to pick up the right business process. And friends, again, I see a lot of people are raising hands to put their questions on. And I would really request you all to please use the Q&A box. नीचे Q&A box है. Please इसका use करिए to type any question that you have for Franchise India, and we'll be more than happy to assist you over that. So typically about Franchise India, 25 years of legacy that we carry, and we ideally have two banks with us. One is my brand bank and second would be my investor brand. At one time, at one stage, we help brands to develop a business model for themselves. And of course, considering the Indian market, which is absolutely important to see on that. And second side, we have investors. We help investors to pick up the right business process. Now, friends, picking up a business is absolutely a complete process. And a lot of people we see, rather I would say, आप सबने यहाँ पे भी ज्वाइन किया है क्योंकि आप एक बिजनेस शुरू करना चाहते हैं, और बिजनेस शुरू करने के लिए franchising actually becomes the easiest way to start a business. Lekin, do you know someone who started, who took a franchisee but failed? The reason why a lot of franchises would also fail because of different factors. So there are probably 6 different factors which considers to be evaluated before anybody takes up a franchisee. So friends, how does Franchise India work? Once you register with us, we help you one-on-one basis. We consult you. We do a 25-point evaluation. We do a 25-point evaluation where we have 25 questions where we sit with you one-on-one basis and evaluate you and the business opportunity one-on-one based on all 25 questions. Now, if your score if the score after the evaluation comes out to be less than 15, we say no. No, not at all. This business is typically not for you. Because इस business में risk बहुत बढ़ जाता है, तो हम आपको बिल्कुल suggest नहीं करेंगे कि आप ये business करिए. However, if your score is more than 20, then of course we suggest you let's go for this business because इसमें risk कम है. And there are different methodologies, of course, that we follow. So when we help you select a business, there's a 4-stage process, and we call it the evaluation being the second one. So evaluation is done based on 4 fitments. 4 fitments के base पे हम evaluation करते हैं. One is my S, which is strategic. Strategic would ideally mean your interest. आपका interest क्या है? आपकी expertise क्या है? Based on that. The second would be O, which is operational. आप कितना time लगा सकते हैं business में? Now, typically, that's also a number I really want to give you. 40% of the people, 40% of the people जो business start करते हैं, they are the first timers. They're not coming from a business family. So probably they need more of advice. So 40% of the people are first timers. So operations. So when we ask the question, for whom do you want to start the business? Typical answer what we get is for myself. तो क्या आप अपना job छोड़ देंगे business start करते ही? Now this is a touching point where a lot of people get a pushback, and in a shaky noise, some people say yes, some people say no. Especially for the people who say no, it is very difficult time, because what we hear is आप business तो शुरू कर रहे हैं लेकिन आप typical time नहीं दे पाएंगे. That would also mean that when your business really requires your time, you are not there. When your business really requires your time, you are not there. So क्या business मेरे लिए नहीं है? बिल्कुल friend, this is what the second stage, which is operations, will take a place. How much time you can devote on the business. So इस case में different models होते हैं. So different models of franchising like FICO, FOCO, there are typical models. I'm sure we can learn on the sessions. There are a lot of videos available on Franchise India YouTube page that can make you understand the difference between FOCO and FICO model as well. But second is operations. So अगर आपके पास time नहीं है, आप already कोई business कर रहे हैं, doesn't mean आप business नहीं कर सकते, बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं. Then probably we suggest you a business which will be inventory based. Inventory based business कर सकते हैं. Probably we can also go for a FOCO model where the ownership belongs to you. However, all the operations are done by the company itself. So that becomes a FOCO model, franchisee owned company operated. So SO, O is operation, then becomes M, market. Very important to see the business I'm going to start, how big the market is there. We see a lot of F&B brands coming day and night, day and night, day and night. Why? Because the market has a big potential. And I'm sure you would acknowledge that 3% of the GDP, 3% of the GDP that is contributed to India is coming from organized and unorganized sector of F&B itself. So it's huge. So market would not only be scalable, kitni badi market is ki, but again, analysis dekhna bahut zaruri hoga. Is this brand, is this problem, or is this business is also available for that particular market or not? The last is F, financial. F would mean financial. Financial would mean your budget. Every businessman, any person who's investing the money would have some investment appetite. Investment appetite ke upar, we do a complete diligence. So we start with S, strategic, operational, market, and then financial. So we form a funnel. So first stage, we give you 10 information about 10 different brands. Then we help you based down on the SOMF fit, we help you make an informed decision with, of course, a calculative risk that you can start a business. So friends, with that, I would really again request you to please use the Q&A section, which is down. And we will now be inviting the first brand with us. The brand that we're talking about is absolutely coming from the F&B industry. And something which has been really favorite to all, despite of the age group, starting from a young boy to probably an elderly person, is something which is savored by all. So I'm talking about pizza. Pizza has been a great industry. A revolution was definitely done ages ago. by two dominating companies who are running, but there are so many big players with innovation who are coming in. And today we have something special for you to offer. So Mr. Ronak, who is representing the Great Indian Pizza, is going to be here with us, is already there on the screen, and he will tell us about the business opportunities, top 5 reasons that why somebody should invest with the Great Indian Pizza. What is the USP of this brand? We're going to talk about. So with that, still use the Q&A section. We'll do a formal presentation, and post that we will take up the questions. So over to you with that, Mr. Ronak.
Hi.
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Yeah, you can hear me, right?
Loud and clear. If you want to
Yeah.
switch the camera, that will be even better.
Just give me a minute.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. We can see you.
Yeah,
Loud.
Hi, Suresh.
Hi.
So tell me, where do we start from?
So, Mr. Ronak, we have already introduced, so we have audiences watching us live over here on YouTube and Facebook. So we would like to understand with the business opportunity. So let's start with a formal presentation, how this idea came into your mind. There are a lot of pizza players in the market, but what is the breaker, or what is the USP that you're giving that makes you stand outside from any other pizza brand?
So pizza has been one of my favorite foods as well. But my family, initially, everybody used to eat at Domino's. And I personally would, I mean, I didn't really prefer eating at Domino's because, I was not really happy with the product. Like, I mean, when you order a pizza, there's 80% of dough, and 10-20% they just decorate the pizza with some veggies. And also that I've heard that these companies, they have doughs preserved for over a week. So I myself, I'm a regular gym goer, and I know what are the ill effects of eating foods which are preserved for 4 days, 5 days, or X period of time. So we came up with an idea where we make fresh dough every day. Then that is one of the USPs which our brand have, that we have fresh dough made every 4 to 5 hours. The dough which is made in the morning at 11 o'clock is discarded by around 4:35, and then there's a preparation for the evening which happens again at around 4:30, and which is discarded by the end of the night once the day is over. Also, we came up with gluten-free option and whole wheat pizza, which obviously are available at other stores as well. But what happens that to the regular person, if you tell him कि gluten-free pizza खाना है, तो वो सोचेगा कि यार कैसा होगा पता नहीं, how it would be. But we have curated a gluten-free pizza which is actually 0% all-purpose maida free. The maida, regular जो मैदा खाते हैं, it has 0% of that. There are a lot of stores, even when they say that they are selling whole wheat pizzas, but still they would be having 60-70% of wheat and 30-40% of the regular flour. So this what we curated, we specially made it in such a way where once the customer would eat a gluten-free pizza, he would never go back to the regular pizza. Which the number of customers which has come to us, we have given them an open option that you don't like it, you don't pay anything, because we are that confident of what we made. I have a lot of people around me, who are allergic to wheat, who are allergic to other kinds of flours, who prefer eating gluten-free. And because of that, we have made pizzas, and we do get orders right now from Thane, which is say around 50 kilometers from here. They specially do a V-fast, or they say that we want to eat the same pizza, but we'll call it from here only. They don't eat from anywhere else. So that is one of the USPs we have. The other USP what we have is that we have created Mumbai's biggest round pizza. That's a 26-inch pizza, handmade 26-inch pizza, which is eaten by, say, around, you need 10 people to finish that food, that pizza. So these are, certain USPs which we have developed in the market. People actually come and order the 2016 pizza because there's a thrill of just looking at that big pizza. And also, yeah, we do also have a sumo challenge. Say if you finish the pizza in 2 hours, you get 11,000 rupees. So yeah, that's about it. You can shoot other questions if you have.
Well, absolutely, yeah, very inspiring, and I think the reason why you started this Pizza Galleria, or the Great Indian Pizza rather, is as a problem solver. And the problem you saw was definitely the health reason, because even today, mothers and fathers and well-wishers say, "Kyun maida khana hai?" But probably Mr.
And
Ronak.
it is actually not advisable, for a lot of health reasons.
Yeah, so again, probably have broken the ice, because friends, when we're looking at a typical business, I need to look at the different source of revenues, the kind of market I'm catering. So probably he is serving from the young people and even to elderly people that you have pizzas. Do you want to name some items, some SKUs that you have then before we come on the financial model, sir?
I'm sorry, which items?
What kind of hot selling pizzas do you have, the highest ranking?
So right now we have created a wide palette of pizzas which have an Indianized taste, as well as, say, if you want to have the authentic Italian type pizza where there are exotic Italian toppings like cherry tomato, red yellow bell pepper, green olives. We serve both of them. Now for the Indianized people, we have a pizza called Spicy Treat, which is one of the top selling pizzas, which is both available for the regular people, that is the vegetarian people, and the Jain people. Yeah, there are a lot of people who ask for food which doesn't have onions, garlics, mushrooms. Yeah, the religion wise. So this is one of the top selling pizza we have, which out of 10, 9 Jain people order the pizza.
Okay.
Again, we have a 8 cheese pizza. So we have created pizza for people who like to have a plain margarita pizza. We have curated a pizza which has 8 types of cheese on the pizza, which is also again one of the top selling pizza out here.
So Ronak ji, how many current outlets are we running as of now?
We are running 3 outlets at the moment.
And what locations are we running them?
So the first outlet was opened up at Kemp's Corner, that is South Bombay.
Okay.
The second outlet was opened at Rajkot, where my cousin is handling the outlet. And the third outlet which we opened up is at Bandra, Carter Road.
Okay. Now let's talk about some financial models. What locations are you looking for expansion, sir?
Right now we are looking for expansions within Gujarat and within Maharashtra.
Within Gujarat and Maharashtra would be your prime locations to start with. Okay.
Yes, and any outlet which has a distance of 5 kilometers from another outlet.
Okay, so you're giving an exclusivity of 5 kilometers. So friends, very well to be noted, because exclusivity marking the territory becomes extremely important on top of the edge. So 5 kilometers.
Pizza is something which has to be, once it's ready, it has to be delivered in 20 minutes. It cannot be, the more time it takes, the pizza becomes cold. So 5 kilometer radius is an ideal radius, wherein looking at the Bombay traffic, at least you would reach in 20 minutes by bike.
Makes sense. And let's talk about some financials now, sir. What kind of investment are we open for unit franchise, region, or master, or all? Unit franchise. So let's talk some unit economics now. How does the unit economics look like? What is the CapEx investment?
There are two models, Harris, where there is a store dining model where you would be having a kitchen of around, say, 150 to 200 square feet, plus a dining area of say around minimum 400 to a maximum 600 to 700 square feet, which would seat maybe 40 to 50 people. So this model would attract an investment of somewhere around 35 lakhs to 45 lakhs, depending on the area, depending on the size of the store. And one is an express outlet. So the express outlet is mainly more like a cloud kitchen, where you would open it in a park, or say in a food mall, or on a say highway, or or any kind of park. Like right now in Gujarat, there are, if you see, there are a lot of parks coming up, which are on the highways, and they have a bunch of stores, like 20 stores, 30 stores, where there are 200 or 150 square feet areas given to each
Mhm.
brand, and there is a common area for people to eat food.
Okay.
So this would solve a purpose where your investment would go down to only the kitchen area, as your rental will be only limited to the kitchen area. This
Limited.
would attract an investment of say around 20 lakhs to 25 lakhs.
20 to 25 lakhs. Okay.
Yeah, it could go down till 15, but we should always catch a little bit on the higher side.
Yes,
It
sir.
ranges from 15 lakhs to 25 lakhs.
Good. Mr. Ronak, let's go a deep dive in unit economics itself. So, if you're talking about a cloud kitchen and express kitchen, 20-25 lakhs is the investment. So, what all will be included?
So in 20 lakhs,
Bifurcation of this, yeah.
in 20 to 25 lakhs, first will be your kitchen equipments. Your kitchen equipments would range around say 10 lakhs, 10 to
Okay.
10 to 12 lakhs. Then would be your kitchen basic interiors, which you need to do.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is the interiors, your
Chimneys and-
vents, ducts, and all these things would cost you somewhere around another 5 lakhs, 3 to 5 lakhs, depending on the
Current fitment.
yeah.
Current situation.
Say 2 to 3 lakhs would approximately go on your licensing.
Mhm.
As you know how India works. Nothing is going to work without paperweight.
Mhm.
Another say 3 lakhs would be costing on your bikes.
Okay.
which
And how many are we
you would
expecting?
require in the start. You would require to keep at least 3 bikes. So why is this bike necessary? Is because so we are also registered on Zomato and Swiggy, but Zomato and Swiggy business is ideally not a very profitable business. My payout on Zomato and Swiggy, when I started my business, I was getting a payout of 50%. I
Of?
would 50%.
Okay.
Means you sell for $100, you would get in return $50,
50. Yeah.
which is ideally not a practical business to do. If you think through a business point of view, maybe it might be helping you in marketing your brand, but it's not a profitable business. So we developed our own mobile application for the customers, and we have our own delivery team.
You said you have your own delivery team because why Zomato and Swiggy have taken.
Why do you have to pay 50% or even 5% of your profit to anybody else?
No, definitely makes sense. I'm with you. However, the logistic really becomes a problem because people who are doing this business would have faced that because managing your own logistic and staffing is a big problem. So, how do you help Mr. Ronak, the franchise?
See, honestly, we've opened 3 stores yet, and I have not faced any kind of recruitment issues. Maybe because of the penetration in the market, or several reasons. It's not really. I personally don't feel it's really difficult to hire staff if you are ready to pay them. See, ideally, what happens? You try to hunt for staff with a minimal pay wage.
Correct.
But if आप अगर सोचते हो कि समझो 10,000 दे रहा है, you pay 11,000, you get staff. Why you won't get staff? It's not difficult. You pay money, you get whatever you want.
Right. So, Mr. Ronak, let's talk about some finances and some margins. So, probably how much time do you think, based on your current experience, what would be the break-even time? What are the margins, returns, gross profit, take home?
The break-even time would range anywhere between 2 years to 3 years.
Okay.
We would catch on the higher side 3 years. Your first, I'll break it down in a more simpler way. Your first year, you will be reaching a target where you will be meeting your operational expenses first.
Correct.
See, on the first day you open, people are not going to queue up at your restaurant. Once the restaurant opens, you spend X amount of time, X amount of money on marketing,
Yeah.
getting your customers, getting regular customers, which would take approximately a year's time, at least.
Mm.
Once that year's time, once you start covering your operational expenses, then you reach towards your break even.
Mm. So what are typical margins are we looking at in on a pizza?
It ranges to around, say, 15 to 20%.
Which is ideal, which is smart. So friends, if you have a myth that खाने के काम में 50% बचता है, वो myth है. नहीं होता ऐसा, नहीं होता
आप
ऐसा.
खाली जोमेटो स्विगी पे रिलाई करोगे तो आप लॉस करके आप बिजनेस बंद कर दोगे.
Absolutely.
People, so because Zomato Swiggy today has become a craze, people,
Yes.
it's convenience, but ask me, you go to any restaurant, you ask them, they would not really appreciate Zomato Swiggy.
Yeah, they're eating the major chunk. In fact,
Obviously,
yeah.
on top of that, the other issues what we face from Zomato Swiggy, pizza is something which is very important in the delivery businesses, because once you hand over a pizza, it has to be carried forward straight in a
Incubated.
appropriate way till the time it reaches the customer.
Correct.
I have seen Zomato riders, Swiggy riders, they would take a pizza, they would make it vertical, they would take it to the customers. By the time it reaches the customer, the pizza is in a rotten state.
I agree.
Now what happens, because Zomato or Swiggy doesn't have a face, the grudges come up against to the restaurant that aapka pizza aisa aaya, which the customers don't understand. The restaurant job is to only hand over the food to the delivery partner.
What you're saying, yeah.
So because this is also one reason why we thought of having our own application and our own riders, because when it's our own riders, we give guarantee of the food, that the food will reach to you in a particular way. If the food is spilled, the food will be replaced.
Okay, absolutely. So what kind of operational expenses are we looking at? So typically, we can just break down a bit. Of course, there'll be a rental. So average rental, what expected?
So in the first thing would be rent. The fixed expenses would be rent, electricity, and staff salary.
Salary. Okay.
So these are the three fixed expenses.
And a mix
rental.
How much money in a pie? How much money in the pie this will take? All rent, salary, and
I'll come up to it. So now the rental ideally should not be more than 7 to 8% of the sale. We'll catch it on the other way. Say, for example, you're doing a sale of 1 lakh rupees. I'm just hypothetically giving an example for a person to understand. Say if you're doing a sale of 1 lakh rupees per month, your rental should be anywhere between 5 to maximum 10%. That would go to, say, I think we'll put it in a better way. I'll tell you, and say maybe in a better round figure, say of 10 lakhs, because 7,000 rent would not sound good. Say, for example, you're doing a sale of 10 lakhs per month. Your rent should be anywhere between 15,000 to 80,000, not more than that.
Correct.
Your staff salary should range to around 15%, higher side 20% of your higher side 20%, depends if you have a really big store where you have a dining, where you have to give service to the customer. If it's a express model kind, then that would anywhere can finish between 10 to 15% of your sale.
Absolutely. Well, I have a question coming from Mr. Rahul, and a very interesting question. He's just saying, is pizza price how competitive? So India being a competitive market, can it throw some lights against Pizza Hut, Domino's, the major players?
So we've done a survey when we were opening the store. We did a survey of all the major brands which are offering the same product, and based on the product, the market prices, based on your cost as well, because that is one aspect which is first to be considered, as what is your cost of the product, what you're going to sell. So our targets are, your food cost should not be more than 25 to 28%.
Hmm.
That's how the pricing of the product is done. And your it's a mixed survey of your food costing and the other brands of what are they offering on the say on a particular price, what offers they have, what discounts schemes they have. So nowadays, see any especially in the pizza business, I have seen that people have only tried to come up giving discounts.
Hmm.
ये आप ये ऑफर डाल दो, वो ऑफर डाल दो और आपका सेल बढ़ेगा,
Hmm.
which ideally is not the right way.
Thank you. Mr. Adhiraj is putting up a question very interesting, although it has already been answered. So, but again, in favor of him. USP of your franchisee and what edge ahead it has with competition.
Two things. First, as I said, that we have gluten-free pizzas, which are so delicious that your customer would not really want to go for the regular pizza. Apart from that, we have the Mumbai's biggest pizza. That's a 26-inch pizza, which people literally just come to have a look because it's a treat to the eyes.
Mhm.
Apart from that, so we kind of have a one-stop solution kind of a thing where we have a variety of pizzas, right from say vegetarian pizzas, Jain pizzas, we have vegan pizzas, we have non-veg pizzas. Obviously, the non-veg stores are separate.
Mhm. Mhm. I'm sure, Mr. Ronak, somebody joins hands with you. You would also be helping with all the licensing required.
Yes.
And I'm
So,
sure, yeah. Mhm.
the licensing part would be, we will be obviously helping out the concerned people with depending on the location,
Mhm.
depending on what part, like what wards they come into. We will be we do have people, we do have connects in uh, the food and health departments, where see, in the end, Mr. Sir, as you know, everything works with money. कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट में आप जाओ, गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट में जाओ, in the end paper weight will matter. Once the paper weight is done, and say if you have your documents in place, it's not really a big challenge.
Correct. Correct. So friends, if you still have more questions, please keep writing to us and we'll be more than happy to take it on one-on-one basis, Mr. Ronak. Mr. Ronak, what about the marketing? Because
Can I need to interrupt. There's one more important thing which I need
please,
to
please.
speak. So one USP, one very important thing what we've created in the food and beverage industry. A lot of food and beverage industries, they are dependent on your head chefs or commis chefs. We have made a model where the entrepreneur will not be dependent on any staff. We have set recipes, we have set operation standards in a way where your regular staff can, and once they follow the procedures, your product is ready to serve. Which is one very important part in the restaurant business, is because there are a lot of friends, mine, they are come and ask me that how do you maintain the same taste in all the outlets? So here we created a system where because there are a lot of people, say when you open a restaurant, say if you're not from the restaurant background, you'll be having a question that how am I going to maintain the same taste? Why the same taste kaisa aayega? So this solution what we came up with, where the whole manuals are given to the concerned people. Once they hire the staff follows the manual. They are not dependent on any single chef. That is one very important USP, which a lot of restaurants fail to maintain the standard, is because of this.
Well, absolutely. And Mr. Ronak, you already answered my next question, which I was about to ask. Ease of business, standardization, process driven. And by doing so, you have really, made an idiot-proof model where I would not be required to hire a high-skilled staff that really affects my operation costs go down. Second, standardization is something that you have really worked on. It is completely process driven, which is there.
And once any particular new store opens, we have our trained people who would go there, train them for 2 months till the time the people are confident that now we can run the show.
Very nice. Well, that's the kind of support. So, Mr. Nitesh ji, I think आपका question already answered हो रहा है. His question typically is, what after taking the franchisee, आप क्या support करेंगे? Because it's another outlet for you, it's a brand for you. But the guy who's taking your franchisee, he's new in this business. आप क्या support करेंगे to ensure?
So the first support what you require is procuring staff.
Yes.
And training the staff. So the training part will be 100% taken care of us. Procuring staff can be done by the franchisee, and in case say we'll be helping them out in that as well if they require so. Till the time their staff is fully trained. See, it's like for us also, we are handing over our baby to someone else. So we are also going to make sure that they take care of it.
Marketing? Yeah, go ahead.
Marketing, digital marketing, we will be taking care of online marketing. Apart from that, the local marketing, what is required, say for example, they want to do a newspaper insert or something, that can be done by the franchisee himself.
Any kind of influencer marketing you do? Any kind of promotions? I heard that you run some.
So influencer marketing, bloggers, and all these. If you go to our page, you will be able to see them. So all that we will be doing at our end. But if say at a store and at a store level, if somebody wants to also do, we will be helping them out in how to do and what's to be done.
And again,
the mobile application. So the mobile application which we have developed, the mobile application also will be given to the franchisee. The dashboard will be given to them, where say on the mobile application there are notifications which can be sent by the franchisee, which are free. So all that access will be given to them.
Mukesh ji, you can see that you're raising a hand, so rather it's not an option to ask question here. Please Q&A section use कर सकते हैं और हम बहुत खुशी से आपका question का जवाब देना चाहेंगे. 2 more people raising hands, so friends, request you to please you use the Q&A section. One last question in favor of time, I would definitely want to take up. Let me just open the Q&A section again. There are questions. So attrition, how's the attrition looking like for the employees, and how do we control it? How fast can we replace a new server or a new employee if attrition happens?
See, firstly is that regarding the HR part, there are certain what do you call, the terminology is called, is that we have certain procedures we follow, like a staff meeting, staff get together. There are certain activities which have to be done by the franchisee, which will help them reduce the attrition of the staff firstly. And yes, say for example, if there's an emergency, or we do have extra people, say to just go as a backup for like an SOS situation.
Understood. So friends, that was it for today. And of course, we had a great brand to talk about, the Great Indian Pizza. And if you have any questions, any more further questions, you want to see do a site visit, location visit, how things are working, we'll be more than happy to connect you with Mr. Ronak, and he'll be glad to assist you further. And friends, before I end this meeting, which is the grand finale that we presented today, sorry, I really want to also invite you to the biggest opportunity. The world is coming here. Are you? 15th and 16th of July are the 2 dates where more than 500 brands will be present under one roof from different and various industries who will help you pick up the right business option. 15 और 16 जुलाई ये वो 2 दिन हैं आपकी लाइफ के जब आप प्रगति मैदान में गुजारना चाहेंगे, understanding different business opportunities from different industries which is there, And this would be the 19th edition that we're doing now. Reserve your seats before it really goes out. Last year, it was a history that we had almost 45,000 people coming inside, and we were able to help them pick up the right business opportunity. So friends, registrations can be done by going on the page of franchiseindia.com. You can do your registrations over there, book your seats before it really goes out. With that, I want to thank you all for your time. And thank you, Ronak ji, for being here. And friends,
Thank
if
you
you
so
have
much.
questions, 97176-83838 is a hotline number. I repeat, 97176-83838, or you can even write an email to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. Feedback@franchiseindia.in. With that, I take all your leave. Thank you all for participating here.
so much.
Thank you, Ronak ji, and
Thank
thank you,
you.
participants. Bye-bye.